My son has started asking permission to use the toilet in our own house. He spent August with my mother. The first time it happened, I laughed. Eli was standing outside the bathroom door, dancing on his feet. Mom, may I please use the bathroom? Baby, you don't have to ask. Just go. He didn't move. He looked at me like I'd set a trap. Are you sure? Eli, it's your house? Go. He went. But he left the door open a crack and kept glancing out like he was waiting for someone to stop him. He was 7. Before August, he'd been a normal, loud, happy kid. I'd sent him to my mother's for the month because I picked up extra shifts and she offered. She'd raised me. I thought I knew what that meant. The asking didn't stop. He asked before he got a snack. He asked before he sat on the couch. Can I have water? Of course you can. Even between meals, I put down the dish I was drying. What do you mean, even between meals? He clamped his mouth shut and stared at the floor. That night, I found him standing at the foot of his bed at 3 a.m., wide awake, perfectly still. Eli, what are you doing? I'm not allowed to get up without asking. Says who? Grandma. I called my mother the next morning. Kept it light. Eli's still on Grandma's schedule, I think. He asks permission for everything. She laughed, warm as ever. Oh, he was such a good boy for me. Very well behaved by the end. By the end, children need structure, honey. You always let him run wild. I let it go. I shouldn't have. The following week, Eli wet the bed for the first time in years. When I went to change him, he was crying so hard he couldn't breathe, apologizing over and over. Sweetheart, it's okay. Accidents happen. Please don't put me in the closet. I stopped moving. What closet? He wouldn't answer. He pulled the blanket over his head. Eli, what closet? His voice came out tiny. When I had an accident at Grandma's, she put me in the closet with the water heater. She said the monster in there eats boys who can't hold it. She only let me out when I said sorry enough times. I sat on the wet mattress and held my knees so I wouldn't scream. How many times did that happen? I stopped drinking water so it wouldn't happen. But then I fainted at the store and she got mad because people looked. I drove to my mother's house that afternoon. I told Eli we were going to get his backpack he'd left there. I brought my phone in my pocket, recording. She opened the door beaming. What a nice surprise. I sat at her kitchen table. Same table I grew up at. Eli told me about the closet, Mom. Her smile didn't move. He's a dramatic child. You've coddled him. He was drinking so little water he passed out. He needed to learn discipline. The way you learned it. The room went cold. What does that mean? She stood and filled the kettle like nothing was happening. You don't remember because you were younger, but you learned. You never had accidents after. You locked a 7-year-old in a closet with a water heater and told him a monster would eat him. There's no monster. It's a lesson. Fear teaches faster than kindness. She set 2 cups down, serene. He'll thank me. You never did, but you turned out fine. I flinch when someone opens a closet door, Mom. I'm 34. She waved a hand. You always exaggerate. I took the phone out of my pocket and laid it on the table. Screen up, the red recording dot glowing. Her face finally changed. What is that? Everything you just said. And a photo I took upstairs before I sat down. Her jaw tightened. What photo? The inside of your hall closet. The one by the stairs. There are scratch marks on the door, Mom. Low down. Little fingernail marks. Some of them are mine, aren't they? From 30 years ago. She didn't say anything. I already sent it all to the detective who called me back this morning. He asked me to keep you talking until they got here. The doorbell rang. She looked at the door, then at me, and for the first time in my life I watched my mother be afraid. You wouldn't do this to your own mother. You did it to your own daughter. And then you did it to my son. I opened the door and let them in.